Hey guys, what's going on? Keeping with what I'm going to be calling this collection week, I'm just going to show you guys basically my entire collection of games, system by system, just because, again, I don't really have that much to do right now, video-wise, and I just like doing these types of videos and showing you guys what I have in my collection. So I'm just going to run through, it's going to be my Dreamcast collection. I have a pretty good amount of games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 games. So I'm just going to get right into it. Some of them I can probably talk a little more than others, but I'll just go through them anyway. This one's Alone in the Dark, the original, the new Nightmare. I'm sorry, I was going to say the original Nightmare, but it's actually the new Nightmare. This is one I haven't played. I know I get a lot of slack for that, but honestly, some of the games that I buy, this I got in a trade, but if I'll never spend a lot of money on a game and then never play it. The games that I sometimes buy and that I never play are just a couple dollars that, if I get around to them, it's okay. If I don't, it's okay. I'm never going to spend $40, $50 on a game that I will never play. I'll maybe spend five. But in this collection, there's not a lot that I haven't played. But Alone in the Dark is one of them. It's just a creepy game. It looks like on the back, and I don't really like creepy games that much. But the guy just threw it into a trade with me because he couldn't send out. I think he couldn't ship when he said he was going to. So that was why I got this game, and I never played it, and I probably never will just because I don't like that kind of stuff. Next is Fighting Force 2. This is a game that I checked out. It's got a cool concept. It's kind of like a beat 'em up, but with guns. But the camera and controls are so clunky that it makes the game nearly not enjoyable at all. There's a lot of weapons and stuff, but just getting past the controls and stuff and the camera is a task, and it's just hard to get around that. Whoa, almost dropped it. Next, House of the Dead 2. Awesome game. It's an arcade port. So it's one of those games that's designed basically just to kill you, just to get more money out of you. I have the light gun over there. It doesn't work as well as I wish it did, but it's just awesome. I mean, it's just so much fun to play and just shooting stuff. Even without the gun, it's still a lot of fun to play with the controller, and it just has that nice arcade feel to it. Next is Jet Grind Radio. This is a cool mix. I haven't played a lot of it, but I have played probably like an hour or two, and it's just got a cool little industrial feel to it. It's inline skating, but you go around it and you throw graffiti on stuff, and you have to get away from I forget if it's like the government or it's just the cops and stuff who are trying to get stop you and stuff. It's just a lot of fun. It's just a very Dreamcast like game, which you don't see a lot anymore. Next, maybe it's my rarest game for the console. It's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I also have this for PlayStation 2. I personally like the PlayStation 2 version better, but I haven't put as much time into this one as I did for the PlayStation 1, for the PlayStation 2 game. But still really great fighting game. I love the Marvel vs. Capcom games, just because I know most of the people in it. I know Tatsunoko versus Capcom just came out. I don't really know those guys. I like having games where I know the characters. I know the Street Fighter characters and I know Marvel characters, so it's a great blend. But I guess for now, at this time, I would probably recommend getting it for the PSN or Xbox, just so because it has online play. Still a great game though. Next, I got Blitz 2000 or NFL Blitz 2000, another great arcade game brought to the console. I think Marvel vs. Capcom was an arcade game, but I'm not very good with arcade games. I don't know if I played them. But this is actually a really good arcade football game. It's just no rules type football, a lot of scoring and stuff. I used to play this when I used to go to an arcade around here. Next, NHL 2K. I have to have a hockey game on every system. I think the only one that I don't have it on is, I don't think I have one for NES or no, I do have one for Sega. For the Genesis, I should say. This, looking back on, I remember playing this at the Toys R Us by us. It was when Dreamcast had just come out, and they had it on display, and I remember playing this and being blown away by the graphics. I put it in today, and they're awful. I don't even think there's There's announcers in the game. It's crazy how sports games don't age as well as other types of games. Next, Ready to Rumble Boxing, arcade-like boxing game. It's very over the top. You know about Ready to Rumble Boxing. They've made a few others since then. Next is Resident Evil Code Veronica. This came with 2 discs. It didn't come with the case, which annoyed me. I got it off of eBay. I played it, and then I just didn't really know what to do right from the get-go. I didn't like the controls. You walk like a tank. It's just Resident Evil games aren't my thing, to be honest. I liked 4, but that was it. Next up is Seaman, a really, really strange game that was way ahead of its time. To be honest, this was a game I always wanted to pick up, and I just don't really know how to play it, really. You're supposed to use the microphone, but I'm not sure what to do, and I just tried to look online, but it still didn't help me out. If anybody knows how to start just to get the egg hatched, please let me know. But really strange game, and you know, the Dreamcast just has crazy games like that. Next, Shenmue, the first one. I don't think the second one came out in America on the Dreamcast, but I put a pretty good amount of time into this game. It's got a cool story, and it really started the whole open world sandbox stuff. As far as I know, at least, it has a cool story. It's like a revenge story. I know a lot of people don't like this because of how hyped it was when it came out, when it was coming out. I really don't remember. I was what, 8 or 9, but it's a pretty cool game to say the least. It didn't hook me, but it's still pretty cool. Next, the game that did hook me is Skies of Arcadia, a really cool RPG. I haven't played it probably since over the summer. I remember I was really into this right as my grandma was sick, and I kind of lost interest in it. But I'm probably about 10 hours into the game. I think I beat the first disc. It's a 2-disc game. Or maybe that's a lie. For some reason, I think I did finish the first disc, but I could be wrong. I can't remember right now. But you play as Vice, and you're like an air pilot, air pirate. And you go from planet to planet and stuff. I can't remember the story all that well, but it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun game to play. This is one of the other games I haven't played is Slave Zero. I got this at a Goodwill for $2, so I just picked it up. It looks like a Mech Assault type game, but I'm not really sure. I can't go really into that much more. Next, Sonic Adventure, the first one. Really good game. It's one of the last good Sonic games. But you know, Sonic 4 is coming out this summer, but it's really good. It's the first. It wasn't the first Sonic 3D game, but definitely a really good game on the Dreamcast. Good Sonic game, which is very hard to come by. Next, without a case, is Sonic Adventure 2. This I also got for $2 at a Goodwill. I played it years and years ago, but I haven't played it since I got it. Just because I haven't really had time to do it. This was another game that I was really interested in picking up. It was a game I always wanted to get when I was looking to buy a Dreamcast again. It's Space Channel 5, but unfortunately I don't know how to play this game. I don't know if it's because I don't have rhythm or I just don't know what to do, but I can never get the song going and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's a little frustrating. Again, if anybody knows how to play this, please let me know. I'm sure I can just look online, but I'm too lazy. Next is the Ultimate Fighting Championship. I'm a UFC fan, so it was cool to pick this up. I forget where I got this. Maybe on eBay. I don't really remember. But it's not as good as the UFC Undisputed. It's not as real, I should say. But it has a lot going for it. It has, it's a UFC game. It has the fighters from back in the day, which is pretty cool. But it won't have the same value if you didn't watch UFC back then or have any knowledge of it. I mean, I download old shows, so I know some of the guys in the game. You have like Chuck Liddell, and I think who else? I think Mark Coleman may be in it. I can't remember, to be honest. I know Tito Ortiz is. He's around the cover, but not that bad of a game. It's a good fighting game. And last but not least is Virtua Tennis, my favorite tennis game of all time, without a doubt. It's just an awesome game. It has different little mini games in it. It's got career play and everything. This was another arcade port. I still play it when I go to Dave & Buster's. But that's it. Check out another video tomorrow. Maybe I'll do my PS2 collection. And have a good night, guys.